What you remember?
Same thing that you're talking about, but we never went to that movie because you was rude and we stopped talking.
What I was rude about?
Why do I have to remember what you was rude
you don't know
about
what you're
13 years
talking
ago?
about right now.
I remember the story.
What was the story?
You was rude. I didn't want to go out with you, so I didn't go. Probably your mouth, because your mouth was rude.
My mouth? What about your mouth?
We're not talking about me. We're talking about you.
I didn't have this mouth until I met you.
Oh, you most definitely had a mouth because you was rude.
I came in the relationship keeping it 100. I think I did.
We give you this podcast if we feel it or not. Yep. If you high energy, have you feeling a drop? Raw, no nonsense, fire content with time spent, sound slick, been around the block like Crown Vic. Come on, Dre, laugh so hard that your hip detach. Like and subscribe, support us, stop sitting back, come and listen as we talk about this and that. TSD, come sit and chat. You get with that? Easy.
Hey, welcome to Sit and Chat 612. We come up with weekly topics. Plus, we've been around the block a few times. My name is Sherry.
My name is Tony.
DeAndre.
If you guys new to our channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also, that notification bell will let you know when you drop a new content every Tuesdays and Fridays at 11 p.m. And also hit that thumbs up.
11 a.m.
11 a.m. And make sure you hit the thumbs up if you guys like what you see. And there we go.
And comment.
And comment.
Okay, so today's topic is dating people with potential.
And I actually happen to pull up the definition so that we are all on an understanding. Okay, so potential is adjective, having or showing the capacity to become or develop into something in the future.
I said that off camera.
Yeah, but we gonna get
Okay, so you're in the dating scene. We're not even dating now, or on the dating scene. We go on dates, but
Well, I wasn't gonna say nothing.
okay. I was hoping you would say, yeah, we going on one soon, cause I think we passed due. I need a Ruth Chris date.
Yeah, we hit Ruth Chris. That's Ruth Chris.
Okay, so have you? Well, we know you haven't found your one yet because you're still on the dating scene. So have you seen potential in any of these women that you've been dating?
Have I seen potential?
Felt potential, like the potential.
Have I seen potential? No, because a lot of the women that I've talked to, they tend to already, be on their stuff, and they're. But as far as like, would I date someone?
So what? Okay. Let's backtrack here a little bit. What are you looking for in a woman?
For me, like I said, I would like us to be aligned on the same things as far as like, family, marriage, and kids.
Okay, before you get to that part, what are you looking for in this woman? Because you know what you want. Mm-hmm. What are you looking for? Because I hope your first conversation isn't, I want to be married, I want kids, and I need you to do this.
No.
So what are you looking for in this woman before? What is it that you want in a woman?
For me, personality is huge.
Okay.
We got to be fun to be around, but also, also like I'm a very chill person. So like, I want to say well balanced, but it's like we all, but then it's like.
So are you chill to the point that you're boring chill?
No, I am chill to the point where like I am very easy to talk to. Like I have had women say, oh, you're, I love conversating with you because you know how to listen.
Right.
You are very easy to talk to, and I feel like that I can talk to you about anything.
Okay, so you need them to have some type of personality. Mm-hmm. They need to be able to talk, hold a conversation. Okay, what else?
I always say too, when I have a conversation with these women, I always say I value communication and consistency. Mm-hmm. Because
so they need to be able to communicate and they need to be consistent.
Yeah, and that's with like when it comes to this interaction between us, consistency is huge because like I can't be the only one, like,
Yeah,
no,
reaching out.
no, yeah, and
Okay.
then like come to find out you not, I'm hearing for you for days.
Yeah.
Like I'm about to cut some people off because
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I ain't heard from them for days. But
Right.
Okay, but this is in the beginning. But what else are you looking for?
For me, that's what I normally start off with, right? And then, but as far as like,
You be coming in too hard. If this is your first conversation with them?
no, so like how the conversation starts. So like I will ask them how their day was, right? And, and then like, do they have plans for the weekend? And we'll talk about that. Then I will ask them, what are they looking for? Like when it comes to this dating site.
Y'all are serious. To me, that's like serious because if I'm potentially meeting someone for the first time, I don't want to go into depth about anything. I want us to have a good time and
Right.
we enjoying this moment.
Right.
We got to have a couple of dates, like dates, before we start moving into what are you looking for, because although we moved fast, but we've already had known each other. That's moving fast for me, for me to just meet. And especially like we didn't meet in a bar, or we didn't have like an initial conversation about like just shooting the shit. So you meeting people on dating sites, and I don't know, that's just wild to me that it's the how you doing, how your week went, how your day going. And then this same date, y'all talk about what are you looking for?
There are many like other conversations that happen from those those 2 or 3 initial questions before
The
you
same
start
day?
asking.
The same day?
Depending on when you talk to somebody, yeah.
So
But go ahead.
So my question is like, I'm trying to say apps. Is
Yeah.
they apps? So do these apps already got a profile of like you as a person, just like a short bio
Yeah.
of you, like my name DeAndre such and such.
Yeah, like-
so they kind of know what is the setup.
So,
So,
here,
like-
this is the question. What's in your bio?
So like what they have is like the name, age, height, and like you can do like religion if you want to, but you can also give a short bio, which like the majority of them are usually like just like like what they're looking for. Like so like you already, so like with these dating apps, you say these kind of things so that you can kind of weed out
Right. So you match up with.
yeah.
Okay.
No, like so. I can understand how it can be like, oh, that may seem like moving fast, but like you kind of, like you with dating apps now, you have to talk to that person before you can even decide like if you want to go on a date,
Right.
Or even give them your phone number. Like, so you have to kind of go through all of that first.
Right. I think that's kind of cool though.
Do you?
I do, cause that way you know.
You don't know though.
I mean, from the bio, you get a little bit of information on 'em. So you can swipe right or swipe left.
If you at the bar and you talking to somebody, you get a little information.
no,
That's more personable.
Because some people are antisocial. You know what I mean? Some people prefer to be, introduce or talk on the app versus talking to the person, because it's just easier for them to get to know them on the app. And then once they see them in person, it's just like, okay.
But you don't know anybody from an app. I guess you don't know anybody from anything until you just talk to them a
Yeah.
couple of times.
But that's how you see it. We old school. We kind of,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Of times have changed now. Like
they had dating sites when we were dating.
but I'm saying,
They had humping sites.
it was it was a lot easier, of them for you to just meet with somebody and talk. Now because of the whole whatever happened, women fear for their safety, with the pandemic, like there are many things that have happened now where you actually you would rather kind of go through that screening process before you decide to actually meet up.
Exactly. Yeah. More secure.
That doesn't make it secure.
I know, but I mean, that's just that's the way people prefer. Sometimes it's easy for people to. It ain't easy for people to just come to a girl and be like, "Hey, how you doing?" You know what I mean? sometimes if you get, it's just no different from when we was talking about social media and all those people that talk bad crap behind the doors, and they can be soft,
Right.
and then when they see you in your face, it's a whole different story. So
But then too, like there are women who like when a guy tries that approach, like they don't even like that. They like nah, no, like there's like
And that's fine, but that's part of life.
yeah.
who wanna keep- who wanna keep getting rejected?
Rejection is part of life.
But you can still reject somebody when you're talking to them.
It's not as-
dating apps too, though.
It's not as harsh if you getting rejected by in front of a group of girls. You trying to talk to a person versus on an app.
Where you be at that there's a group of girls together?
Even if it's just one girl, you trying to talk to a girl and she just reject you, and you looking around to see if
Well, that's no different than somebody leaving you hanging when they done read your text message and don't
But
reply
that's
back.
cool though, cause they ain't in your face doing it.
You feel the same way.
Nah, it's a little bit different.
No.
How do you know who you been dating on the site?
When I was dating this girl, when I was with you, since you want to talk stuff,
Oh, okay.
yeah. But nah, I don't think.
But it is they're different though, no, because like I've had women tell me like
See-
oh no, like I'm not like through like the conversation, like they might tell me like oh no, I'm not interested. Cool.
Right.
No, but I think like they probably wouldn't say it that same way in person. They're probably like move around. I ain't interested.
So here y'all go, just pre-assuming something
That's-
versus.
But see, women don't really have to worry about that too much, because a lot of times the guys are coming at the women. Women
Yeah.
not coming at the guys unless the woman really like the guy. You know what I mean? So that's why we saying what we saying. You know what I mean? Cause who you ever had to come to and talk to that couldn't come and talk to you?
what?
Who have you pursued? Nobody.
Exactly.
Right.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Because most of the time the guys are coming at the girl, because that's just
Okay.
a traditional thing, I guess.
Back to the potential of these people. So, when do you feel like they have met some of what you potentially could see in them?
Another date after the first date. Because normally you know a person. Well, I ain't gonna say you know a person. You go on the first date, you'll know if like, nah, this not it. You know.
On the first date?
By
After the first
conversation-
date?
By conversation.
Yeah, I guess you do
For
know
example,
it.
no, like-
You're right, because we started off on one note and then we stopped talking. You're right.
Yeah, because you said I was mean.
Because, no, I said you was rude and you was.
When I was rude, because I asked you to a movies and then
Nah,
you
it was
played
more
me.
to it than that.
No, it was. That's what I remember.
That might be how you felt on
You-
your
you don't
receiving
even
end, but
remember
you know,
stuff
you
half the
said, I remember you being rude, and I said, no, I ain't gonna be able to deal
No,
with
I
this
remember me asking you to the movies,
I remember that,
and
too.
then I think we was gonna go, and then you was like,
I'm sure you said something, and I said, no, I ain't going.
no, because how you gonna say we gonna go to the movies, and then you just don't wanna
Because
go
how
'cause
do you
want
just
to
be
do
rude to people that you just don't know? And then you just cancel. That's how that happens.
something? No, you ain't finna have the end of this story. First of all, I just remember you asked you to the movies, and
Of
then
course, that's what you remember.
you was like, nah, we can go to my mother's house because they having a fish fry. Some they was having.
No, well, you probably came to that, but I'm talking about something different. But yeah,
What you remember?
same thing that you're talking about, but we never went to that movie because you was rude and we stopped talking.
What I was rude about?
Why do I have to remember what you was
'Cause
rude
you don't know
about
what you're
13
talking
years
about
ago?
right now.
I remember the story.
What was the story?
You was rude. I didn't want to go
So
out
what
with
did
you,
I
so
do that
I
was
didn't
rude,
go. Probably your mouth, because your mouth was
Probably
rude.
my mouth. What about your mouth?
We're not talking about me. We're talking about
I
you.
didn't have this mouth until I met you.
Oh, you most definitely had a mouth because you was rude. Ask a few people.
You was rude.
You was rude.
I don't think I was rude.
Of course you wouldn't,
I
because
think
it was
you
you. You
just-
wasn't
I
on the
know.
other end receiving it.
I know, and because you was receiving it, so
That's why I felt like it was rude.
I didn't feel like it was rude. Dude.
Of course you didn't.
So you got
It's a
your
lot of
opinion,
stuff
and I
that
got
you
my
didn't-
opinion.
It's a lot of stuff you didn't feel like you was doing that was kind of like slight,
At
giving
least
you
I
the
was-
side
At least I
eye.
kept it 100. What, you want somebody to lie to you?
You don't even remember what it was. You feel like it was 100?
Yeah,
Okay.
I came in the relationship keeping it 100. I think I did. I had to think about it real quick.
But
Anyways, I'm with you now, so that's all that matters.
Oh boy.
But as far as like I just throwing this out there, but if I meet a girl and she ain't I've got no, like she doesn't have her own place, but at least she's striving to get her own stuff. I see that as potential. And yes,
right.
I could be with you because like you're not just being stagnant, like, oh yeah, I live with people and I'm just okay with that.
Yeah.
Like, no,
Right.
like
So-
you should be trying to get your own
It's funny you say that because with this conversation I was having last night, we was talking about potential, right? So this was the scenario. The person was talking to this person. I don't think they're dating. And he went to jail and he has a record, right? So do I date him because of this record, but I see potential in him because he worked 2 jobs. But we also know that when you have stuff on your record, sometimes it's hard to find a place, right? So he in between houses, although it's family members, but he in between houses, but he worked 2 jobs.
Right.
Sometimes I have to get a room to be to himself, but living basically paycheck to paycheck, although he working 2 jobs, but he's also helping take care of these places where he's at, right?
Right.
So you see that as potential, right? Because you see he's trying to do something.
Right.
But you have this on your record. So do I believe this after I even heard you out? So do I believe what's on here? Because, that's just black and white. Like, there's no storyline behind it. But then I hear your storyline and I'll be like, oh, okay, well, maybe I could work with this. But still in the back of my mind, I don't know. But I see that this dude has potential. And we could go somewhere with it.
Yeah, I feel like on that, I feel like stuff happens. You know what I mean? Like,
Right. What if you was falsely accused of something and then you don't take a plea to get out early? You stay in there and do your time because you don't want to say you did this,
right?
but it's still on your record.
I don't feel like that even matters.
Yeah,
I just
that
feel
don't
like
matter to
we're
me.
talking about a person with a record. I just feel like, and so this is I'm gonna say how I feel, but I'm gonna say this is how one of my clients said this to me. He's an engineer, and he was telling me a lot of the times the people that had been through things or that experienced things or they got in trouble and have done their time and was rehabilitated back in society, they're the ones willing to work hard to get back to society versus the people that that haven't made mistakes. So I just feel like when it comes to stuff like that, I always believe in giving somebody a chance. You know what I mean? Because sometimes it take people the second chance or the third chance to prove that they can be, the person that the person they could be. So I just feel like situation like that, give a person a chance because you just never know. Because sometimes like he would say like he got people that are in what they call it interns. People that been had tons of educations and stuff like that. It has the mentality and all that stuff. He said, I'd rather teach the people that don't know, that are interested and willing to learn,
Right.
versus the people that come out of school that knows these things because they have a different type of motivation. Because sometimes a lot of these cats that come out of school, they got to know it all. You know what I mean? Versus these people that he can teach and learn on how to do things, they'll be more willing to go further. And this is what he know from experience.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and off that, for me, I would just say, because people do things. I mean, stuff happens. So I would just say, don't judge a person because of what they done in their past. Because everybody have done some. Some
Right.
people make more bigger mistakes than others. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it doesn't matter. Everybody makes mistakes. So you know what I mean? I would say, if that person got potential, give that person a chance that he prove you wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about
Yeah.
that.
No, because you got experience
Yeah.
with a criminal here.
Yeah.
No.
Yep.
But that was like, but y'all was, wait,
We was already together.
Yeah. No, but I do think, well, does it matter like what they went to jail for though?
See, that's what I was saying. Like,
Yeah.
that's why I said
mean-
it's a story behind it. So when you read what they're done, what they've done, it's black and white, right? But
I
when
just-
you hear the whole story, then
I'm-
maybe it's something different.
I'm
Because
a-
then, do you keep condemning that person for what it said that it was? Because usually they say when people get out of jail, they reoffend, right? This person been out of jail like at least 3 years, maybe. They haven't reoffended.
Yeah, no.
Yes. So I'm off that. I'm gonna just say, if it was a one-time thing and it happened one time, then I would say, you.
But this is the thing. So the other stuff that was on the record, like they admitted to, like what you see on that, I did that.
Right.
But this right here, I didn't do. I'm not copied to it.
Right.
I'm gonna do my time.
I just feel like, regardless of what a person do, if you dating this person and this person come out and say, hey, look, I got into some troubles a few years back.
But they didn't tell it off top. You know how you can look up people's stuff?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It was looked up. They didn't tell it off top.
I just feel like if I was that person, I would tell it off top, because
you
that
need
person, a lot nowadays people date certain people. Nowadays a lot of people look people up.
Yeah.
And that's
You know
what
what I mean?
happened.
I just keep it up front and off top. Like, hey,
Yeah.
man, look, this is what I got in trouble for. I'm admitting to it. This is what I did. Before all that even come, because it's gonna come up, bro.
Yeah.
It's gonna come up. So as long as you honest up front, like, hey, especially if you like the person. If you like the person, y'all vibing. Hey, look, I don't know how you gonna take to this, but this is what happened back in the day. This is no longer me. It happened one time. Blah blah blah. Not to say whether you admit to it or not. Now you got to admit to it, and then
You don't have to admit to it. This is what I was charged and accused of. You don't have to admit to it.
But if you've done it, you have to commit to it.
True, but if you didn't do it and I'm just doing my time, because I'm not admitting to anything.
Right.
I'm just gonna do my time.
But
Because
I think-
they could have took a plea
Yeah.
Right.
and either did less time or no time.
Right.
So I mean, either way, whether he did it or not,
It's on the record, so say something about it.
Yeah.
but that's why I say if you have an opportunity to be honest with a person that you starting to like, that you can see potential in, be upfront. You know what I mean? If you did it, you did it. If you didn't, you didn't. If you're accused of it, it don't even matter. As long as you put that out there, it's that person's choice to look it up or either give you a chance. But I feel like off that, if a person honest with you, I feel like you should give them a chance.
Yeah.
Until they prove you wrong. But
I do feel like though
it also have to be your feelings. You can easily go back and talk to your girls about, girl, this is such and such, but he kept it honest with me. It have to, at the end of the day, it have to be your decision and your
Right,
opinion.
right,
'Cause
right.
sometimes people can go and tell somebody about another person, and that person will be like, girl, or judgmental. Girl, don't date him. He a jailbird, or he's been in jail. Blah blah blah. At the end of the day, it have to be your opinion. And you see, like, you met this person, you know this person, and you feel like this person got potential. Your friend don't know that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I would say, regardless of what feedback your peers give you around you, it's still your decision. You know what I mean? So
what I think is important as well is that it's different when somebody is looking you up and them finding out that way, or you telling them and then you saying like, oh, you can look it up.
yeah.
Because
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
like then it's like, yeah, you told me, but at least you're saying that I can look it up. So then like I feel like that creates a lot more comfort.
Yeah.
As opposed to like
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm gonna look this person up,
Yeah.
and then you find it out, and then I bring it to you. That can create a different kind of mindset.
Yeah.
Right.
So
right.
you telling them and
Yeah.
saying, yeah, you can look it up too.
Yeah.
Because I am not afraid of nothing. Like,
Yeah.
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 But did you guys see a potential in each other, or like where you?
Okay, so this is what it was for me. When what you shaking your head for?
No.
Oh.
I'm listening to you.
Oh, so this is what it was for me. So I was on the dating scene, and I have been on the dating scene for a while or whatever. So once we started back talking, it was like, cause like we were just talking about, like you have your type and like what your ideal person is. Like,
Yep. You light skin, cat, blue eyes, pretty boys.
I wish you would stop saying that, because I don't even know where you got that from.
You did tell me you like light skin. Oh, I'm cutting in your conversation. Go ahead.
always. But so like I was like, okay, so all of the stuff that I really like is in this person. Now, did we have a lot? Absolutely not. In the beginning, Tony only had enough money to pay his rent and his bill. So when it was time for us to do other activities and stuff, because I was the one who wanted to do it, because first thing he'll say is, I ain't got no money. I had it. I had it. So since I had it, then we would do things. And like it was no problem because this was the person that I was liking. Like, you only do stuff for people that you like. So like I saw the potential in him doing things. Like, did I know what it was gonna progress to? No, because we was in a situation for like a while until we was able to move up out of it. But there was potential in everything that we was doing. Besides the getting pregnant part, like that happened. But everything else, like I felt like it moved the way it was supposed to move. Maybe not right on time or in time, but it happened within the time that it was supposed to happen.
Yeah. No, like if someone tells me that they don't have money, but it's because they are being a responsible adult, I'm fine with that. But then but if you ain't got money, like, just because you don't know how to manage it, like I'm not gonna deal with you because like you don't know how to manage your money.
But on top of that, some people don't know how. It has to be taught. Remember we talked about this. If you were never taught that you need to save, then all you're gonna do is purchase, make unnecessary purchases. But you have to be taught that. So then maybe if you're with that person and you see the potential because they don't have money because they're spending, that's a conversation to have. If you saw potential in them.
Right. But I still, like, I feel like you should know.
You should, but everybody don't know.
No, like, when it comes to you having bills, like, you should know your bills should always come first.
You should. But remember, everybody wasn't raised like the same. Like some people just skate by. You know what I mean? And then it was like at one point in time I had to tell Tony, like, we don't work just to pay bills.
Right.
We can do other things. Like Tony didn't even take a vacation and had been at that job for 30 years. I'm exaggerating.
No,
until I had Antonia and he finally took his week vacation.
Oh, so like he had vacation stored and he didn't?
Yeah. Well, you know, it didn't carry over because we talking about convention grill. But yeah, like he never used it.
Oh, yeah. We should. Like,
I just feel like I ain't never had no reason to use it. So.
Yeah. But then it's like
it was paid. Just take the week off.
Yeah. Well, but like we as people kind of tend to forget, like, we have time and we can just take time out. You know, like
I don't forget.
Well, I know,
I'm taking my time
because like I am the same way. You know, like I be forgetting about me having time off, and I'm like I just be working.
Yeah,
and I'm just so used to working, but I'm like I be looking at my time. I'm like I got like 2 weeks. Like why can't I just take some time off one day?
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand that now, but at that time I was just like I was workaholic. So and I'm still active, but I feel like I got to be doing something. That's just me. Yeah. So
I'm the total opposite. I don't have to be doing anything. Well, I could say that, but I didn't really take my vacation time until the end of this year because I was trying to let it accumulate, but not really no, because I work in the school district, so I was trying to accumulate my vacation time for like when we have those breaks, I can use my vacation time. But other than that, like I wasn't using it, and I hardly ever use my sick pay because I wasn't really calling off. So I guess we've learned that you can date somebody with potential, but it need to be an upfront conversation about. Be realistic about what it is that you want to. Not the ideal is good, but if it's something that makes you feel good, like in that moment or with that person, then that just might be your person. As Tony said, until they prove you wrong. Yeah. And DeAndre said, be upfront about what you want. Not so soon, though. Not so soon.
And not everybody is going to be on their stuff. You know, like we're not perfect, so like. You might meet people who are on top of everything, but like majority of people don't have everything set. No.
True.
And still trying to figure it out.
Right.
We're still trying to figure it out.
But I do always, say, just to throw in, like, life isn't really made for us to live alone. So that can be why it's hard.
And with that being said, sit and chat 612.
Chat 612, the sequel. Success in our soliloquy, no equals. Listen to us as we driving on the highway. Different topics, top 5, Booty Friday. Share, listen, laugh and give us that energy. Come on, tone with the jokes and me bringing the chemistry, the symmetry. Bang, nah, we ain't with the imagery. Our ministry ain't with the gimmickry. Are you kidding me? Easy.